Insulin is produced in the pancreas. What happens if the pancreas is not producing insulin properly? So no insulin. Well, in this situation, since there's nothing to bind to these receptors, the glucose channels won't be opened up, and the glucose will not be able to enter into the cell. And this situation is type 1 diabetes.
So the textbook symptoms of diabetes is increased thirst, hunger, fatigue, frequent urination, and unexpected weight loss, all of which I experienced prior to my diagnosis. So when I went into the doctors and they tested my blood sugar, it came out to be around 500, which is not good because a normal person's blood sugar is usually below 100. Yeah, I know, like, you were there when all the people were going through it. Did you understand it generally?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. The hard part was getting mom and dad to understand it, even with the interpreter.
Yeah. I think for the most part, dad understood a lot better than mom did.
Yeah, I think so too. Because mom's still, like, going off of the type 2 stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is kind of weird because, like, our one aunt is type 1, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, like, it's kind of, you would think
No.
she'd have a better grasp on it, but I guess not.
Well, I guess what she was doing in China, she didn't really calculate. She just injected.
Like, she didn't really know.
Yeah, that's why even though she injects now, she's still kind of disabled.
Mm-hmm.
Because she wasn't.
Because it wasn't,
properly.
yeah, it wasn't managed well.
And I can see why mom gets panicky. Because of our aunt. She
Yeah.
doesn't want you to get to that point. We won't.
Along with checking my blood sugar and injecting insulin, I now have to calculate carbs in everything that I eat. And usually it's not a problem when there's nutrition labels, but I have to, if I can help it, measure everything, whether it's with a scale or a measuring cup. And if something doesn't have a nutrition label, I just have to hope that I don't inject too little or too much insulin.
But the way that you can manage type 1 diabetes is you can inject insulin. The only problem here is, it's a big one though, is that there's no insulin in the bloodstream. Everything else is working properly. So over here, we can inject insulin. We can inject it.
So I have to check my blood sugar every day. I think 4 to 5 times a day. So that's every time before I eat, and when I wake up and when I go to bed. And then for injecting insulin, I have to inject every time before I eat. And then anytime in between meals, and especially before I go to bed to correct high blood sugars. And the process is the same whether you're on manual injections or on an insulin pump. So diabetes in a weird way has, I guess, helped me be a healthier person, as weird as that sounds. I didn't really pay attention to my diet or what I ate prior to my diagnosis, and I exercise a lot now because it helps with my blood sugar. So, yeah, I guess it's just helped me in a lot of ways. If the situation arises that you are diagnosed with a chronic disease like type 1 diabetes, I would say don't panic. It is a life-changing disease, but it doesn't have to change your life for the worse. And the best way that you can learn to live with it is to learn about it and learn how to best manage it so that you can live with it and live life as you want to live it.